morning, everyone. My name is Remy. I am with Dream Living Traditions. I do want to point out, though, real quick, because I didn't mention it in my introduction video, my real name is Jeremy. Some people have called me Jerry over the years. Other people have called me Remy. I prefer Remy, so that's what I go by during the day. So, one of the things I wanted to throw out there is that when I get ready for work, and I know my kids are hungry by the time I get home, sometimes I don't get home till 5:30, 6:30, sometimes a little bit later depending on how my work day goes. I like to get things started in my slow cooker. It's my favorite thing in the world. I throw stuff in there, and when I get home, it's pretty much done. I just have to do a few added adjustments. So today, that's what I'm gonna do. I've got some chicken that's frozen. I usually split it up between chicken breast and some chicken thighs, because the flavor to me is just a little bit better. And then obviously I get the broth, and I can use that for a different thing at some other point. So chicken, onions, garlic. I don't really go too extensive with that. Go ahead and get everything started. I will show you exactly what I do. And then later on this afternoon, when I do get home from work, we'll figure, you'll see what happens. Okay, hope you enjoy. Hi everybody, it is now 6:57 in the evening, and my chicken and chicken broth is good to go. It smells delicious. I smelled it as soon as I walked in the house this morning. So I'm gonna show you the end result, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and shred it up and make the soup that I had one night. Was just going through the kitchen and didn't know what to make, and I just started throwing a bunch of stuff together. It was pretty simple, but it ended up coming out really, really good. It was delicious. So luckily I remembered how to make it. But first I want to show you what the chicken broth looks like and the chicken. Man, that looks so good. I can't wait to dig in to the soup that we're gonna make out of this. And I'm also gonna go ahead and save whatever broth I don't use and can that up probably tomorrow or Saturday after I let it cool down and take the fat off of it. So stay tuned. Okay guys, I got the broth and the chicken separated. I'm gonna let the chicken cool for about 20 minutes and I'll be back. Okay guys, it's been about 20 minutes. I'm getting ready to go ahead and shred the chicken and throw it into the pot, and then also cut up some potatoes and throw it in there. So okay, so I got the chicken shredded up. I did save some of the chicken for a salad for my lunch tomorrow, and this will probably last me a couple of days. And then I also saved some of the skin for the dogs when they eat tonight. Typically I use about 5 or 6 russet potatoes, which I buy the organic ones from the store. And I do use leeks, but I didn't have any on hand, so I'm going to use some green onions. I also have a leftover salsa that I had made a couple of days ago that I'm also going to throw in there. Typically I use the green salsa, the tomatillo salsa, but I didn't have any of that on hand either, and my tomatillos are not quite ready outside. They're growing, but not getting anything out of them. So I'm going to use this tonight, throw that in there. I also put some cream, heavy cream in there after it gets to the point where it's all done, and then it's all good to go to make kind of a creamier taste. So I'll go ahead and link or put the ingredients and how to make it below if you guys are interested in this. But I'm going to continue to cut things up and show you the end product. Okay, so I've got all that in. I do keep some of the ends, the green ends of the green onions to put on top of it when it's all done. And I also like a little kick, so I'm going to throw some serranos in there and then get it on the boiler. Okay, so it is ready to go on the boiler, or excuse me, the stove, and I'm just gonna let it cook. Basically, I'm just gonna let it cook until the potatoes are nice and tender, but not so tender that they fall apart like you're gonna mash them. And then once that happens, I actually throw the heavy cream into it and then the salsa and let that boil for maybe another 10 minutes, and then it'll be ready to go. Okay, so the potatoes are ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and add the heavy cream and the salsa, let that cook for another 10 minutes. Also, I had some leftover sourdough bread. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in the oven and crisp that up so that we can dip that in the soup. Here is the salsa that we had left over. I had roasted it and then threw it in the blender. It's got some habaneros and some cilantro and tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and also green onions. Generally, when I add the heavy cream, I like to just add enough to make sure that it's a nice creamy look, and then let this come up to a boil. That looks like a real nice color. Normally it's not quite so red, but I used my red salsa as opposed to the tomatillo salsa, but it still should come out just as tasty. All right, so here's the leftover sourdough bread. I added some olive oil and some salt to it. I'm gonna throw it in the oven for about 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes while the soup cooks, or until it's crispy, and we should be ready to go. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day, and I apologize. I do have a picture of the end product. A couple things I didn't mention is you want to salt to taste the soup, and then towards the end of making the bread, I ended up throwing it up on broil, and make sure you watch it because it browns or burns super fast. But it turned out really well. I am going to take some for lunch today. I'm actually going to share, that's why I'm bringing such a big thing, and give that to everybody. So I will throw down the recipe below. If you liked it, please hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time. We appreciate you.